Hey, thanks for joining me. I wanted to make a short video just to share some stuff with you. A few weeks ago, I was ready to buy a MacBook M4, which I'm actually filming on today. So what you're seeing right now is the webcam from the MacBook M4 Air, and it's on the maximum quality video. And I'm going to show you a couple of things that you can change around. The image is very good. It's a 1080p, but I really like it. And I've got two DSLR cameras, and I live in an apartment, so I've got to set it up and take it down. And this has made my life so much easier in terms of shooting video for YouTube. And I'm coming straight out of the MacBook. I'm using the three microphones that are in the M4 Air, and there's no voice isolation on right now. So I'm going to show you a couple of things that you can change around. The first thing, right now I'm going with standard lighting, and I'm going to go to studio lighting. So right now this is the button on one of the aspects of the camera that you can change around, and it's called studio lighting. And boy, I like it much better. It gives a little bit of pop and a little bit of punch. Now, another thing you can do is I'm going to go to portrait mode. And as you see, that portrait mode blurs the background, and I like that. I like the fact that it's actually acting like a DSLR with a wide open aperture, and it's blurring the background. And it's doing it through AI because that background's no more than a foot behind me, but it knows where I am and it's blurring everything else. So I thought that was a really neat thing. And you can adjust the amount that you blur. It might get a little sketchy if you blur it more, because like I've noticed that when I move my head around sometimes it doesn't keep up with it. So I have it on the lowest setting, which is right there, which I believe it really makes it look nice. Now, the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the mic mode to voice isolation. Right now it's pretty quiet around here, but I live in an apartment building, and sometimes people turn their air conditioners on and the air conditioner sounds like a jet going by. But here's what the voice isolation sounds like. I personally like it better without the voice isolation. I like it better on standard. And what I do is I go into Final Cut Pro, and Final Cut Pro has voice isolation, but you can adjust it in Final Cut Pro. In the camera and in the microphones on the M4, it's either on or it's off, so it's 100%. But in Final Cut Pro, you can dial it up and down, and typically I think the most that people say without getting artifacts is to keep it at about 50%. And that really knocks out a lot of sound around you. On my other MacBooks, I've got, well, one of them, I've got Waves Clarity, which is adjustable. And I've used that where my wife was vacuuming and I was just trying to see if it would take the noise of the vacuum out. And she's like 3 feet from me, and it literally knocks the noise of the vacuum out. So I wanted to make this video because I didn't see any other videos where people had done a video on using the MacBook, strictly the M4, because they upgraded the camera to 1080p, and the camera's got a really good image, and you can use it for YouTube unless you want 4K. But I believe this is more than adequate, and there's a lot of stuff on YouTube that is not really good video, but people are interested in the subject. So I believe this will work for most people. And it's just you open up your laptop, and if you're happy with the microphone, what happens is you can go straight into the laptop and you can edit into the laptop. You don't have to transfer with SD cards, and you don't have to go through extra work. So I'm going to turn the voice isolation off again. Okay, so the voice is now on standard. I should say the microphones are on standard. And I'm going to take off the portrait mode, so that sharpens the background up, okay? And then I'm going to take off the studio light, okay? So I personally like it like this. with the studio light and the portrait on. So that's the way I'm going to be shooting. And I've had a little bit of an issue with a different background that I have. When I move my head around, the camera somehow doesn't keep up with the image behind my head. But this background seems to be working good. Now, what I'm going to do is one more thing. I'm going to stop recording and I'm going to plug in a USB microphone so you can hear the difference, and then I'll just edit that into the video. And it's not an expensive microphone. I've got expensive microphones. I've got an 8kg microphone that I love that I've had since like 1995, and it's a $300 condenser microphone, and boy, I really use that a lot. And I've got other microphones too, but the microphone that I'm going to record with after this particular segment is just a $30 microphone out of Amazon, and I'll have some links in the description. I'll link the microphone, I'll link the MacBook M4, I'll link the light that I'm using. I've got like $300 worth of lights, but the light that I'm using is a $25, $30 light on Amazon. It's a 16 by 16 inch softbox, and I've got it bounced against a wall, a white wall that I'm probably about 30 inches away, and I really like the light. I've got another light that I tend to use, and it'll fill this side of me, but I like a little bit of shadow, so I'm going to go with that for now. But I'm going to let you listen to this microphone. It's a Fifine 669, and I'll have some links in the description. So if you do want to order any of these things, you know, if you click on the links, it'll help me out a little bit. They'll give me just a little bit of a commission, and you'll get some equipment that you're seeing take place in this video. But I really like the MacBook M4. I've waited a long while to upgrade, and boy, I'm real impressed with the image from the webcam, and what it does is it just makes my life a lot easier. So let's go to the USB microphone and you'll hear the difference. All right, so I'm back and I've got this USB microphone, and it's probably about maybe 8-10 inches away from me, and it's a condenser, and it just plugs in. I've got an adapter that goes from USB-A to USB-C, and it's a Fifine 669 microphone. The link will be in the description, and sounds pretty good. I like the sound of it. Now, it's not my best microphone, but it's only $30, and it goes straight into the M4, and I ordered a Focusrite Vocaster soundboard because I've got two USB interfaces, and the one thing about the M4 is if you've got older audio interfaces, they won't work with the MacBook, and the only way to get them to work is to kind of bypass the security on the MacBook and to just download a driver, which I've chosen not to do because I really like the fact that the Mac, you know, is a very secure computer, so I don't want to mess with that. So Focusrite is supposedly plug and play, so at a later point what I'll probably do is I'll let you hear that with a couple of different microphones. But I want to thank you for watching, and boy, if you want to do some simple YouTube, and you know, I know a lot of people have iPhones, but you know, there's just something about looking at a bigger image. I'm looking at it right now. Sorry, I just shook the camera. You got to keep your hands away from the desk. But anyhow, I like the image, and I like the fact that it's already in the computer once I save it. The files tend to be a little bit larger, but that's probably because the video has a lot of bit mapping to it. So thanks for joining me. I look forward to being back with you next time. If you're interested in any of this equipment, just click the links, and I would sure appreciate your support in that way. And have a blessed day. Thanks.